This is Michael Spedden, and welcome to Fowl Players Radio, your one-stop shop for all of your pop culture needs. We feature interviews from musicians, actors, comics, dancers, authors, and much, much more, up-and-coming artists and beloved favorites. We've got it all, people on stage, backstage, out front, and behind the scenes. Sit back and relax. Let's have some fun. And welcome back to another episode of Fowl Players Radio. Michael Spedden here, and we are in season 11. We've got 11. I'm never going to let this one go until the end of the season, folks. So you see what you're in for here. Tonight, our guests are J.C. Watkins, Katie Gordon, and Lily Burrell of Rogue Swan Theater. They have returned for the third time to talk about upcoming shows, such as their fundraiser dinner in May at the Van Diver Inn in Havre de Grace, Maryland, and their 10th anniversary vaudeville in June. Further details about these shows and information on ticket sales can be found at their website. Links to it and their social media links can be found in the show notes. Make sure you check out these shows. They're always very well worth it. The Fowl Players of Perryville are back in action, have upcoming shows on the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad, Fifth Company Brewing in Perryville, and many, many others. If you're interested in seeing a show, our website is fowlplayersofperryville.com. And if you're interested in booking us, fowlplayersperryville@yahoo.com or 443-600-0446. Remember, every Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. is the Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show on 97underground.com, Baltimore's Pure Rock Worldwide, where we feature songs you forgot you liked, classics that never die, interviews, and music from up-and-coming and classic beloved bands. Go to 97underground.com and download the free app today and listen to us wherever you go, anytime, anywhere. We thank you for watching and listening to Fowl Players Radio. Our main website is fowlplayersradio.com. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/@fowlplayersradio. Remember, support our guests in their endeavors. Links to their books, albums, tickets to their shows, and much, much more can be found in the show notes of each episode. Very important we support our artists and small businesses, folks. So stick around. We've got Rogue Swan coming up right after these words.
Hi, this is Bud Becker.
Hi, everybody. Dwight Weems from Gaz the Fun Band.
Hi, folks. This is Jay David.
Hey, this is Brian Damage from Kicks and Rhino Bucket.
Hi, this is Kim of Kim's Crypt.
Hello, my name is Gunhild Carling.
Hi, this is Paul Castiglia, and you're listening to Fowl Players Radio, the one-stop shop for all your pop culture needs.
And welcome back to another episode of Fowl Players Radio. Michael Spedden here with good friends of mine, some of the theater community way out here in the boonies, away from Baltimore City, out in Harford and Cecil County area, Havre de Grace, Perryville, across the river, where they're neighbors, talking about Rogue Swan Theater, and they're back on the show. I think this is the third visit we've had with you, at least.
I think so.
Yeah, to talk about a whole bunch of exciting things coming up this spring and summer and into the fall for Rogue. We have Lily Burrell, we have Kate Gordon, and we have J.C. Watkins. So it's great to see you all again. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Anything we can do to partner and, make friends in the theater community. It's always a good thing, collaborate, do all that good stuff. So we are here. And what the heck? Oh, boy, you have a friend visitor. Oh, another guest. Isn't that bad luck or something? Or is that
Oh, he's the best luck of all.
Oh, okay. Hey, if you put on what you had on yesterday, you two could have matching outfits,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, James was dressed as a bank robber for our.
Oh, yeah, certainly looked the part, didn't I?
Yeah.
I needed the little cloth mask, and we would have been set on for that.
Or you could have pulled it down and had holes. Like a oh boy, yes. So silliness. Here we go. So you've got all kinds of exciting things. Now I've heard that there's kind of a new part of Rogue or something a little more recent. Rosie Jack and the Bangtails, is that correct? And
So,
Rosie
Jack
Bangtails is actually it's not actually a part of Rogue.
Uh-huh.
However, it is all members of Rogue.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
it just worked out for the murder mystery that all of Rosie, Jack, and the Bangtails are members of Rogue. So it worked well for us to jump in and you know, be the vocal and music group for the murder mystery. But actually the idea of Rosie Jack came from Rogue, because a couple of years ago we did a Van Diver show called The Ill Kept Secrets, and we actually did a bunch of this music, and then there was a small subset of us that just loved it so much that we wanted to continue it. So we're not actually, Rosie Jack and the Bangtails are not actually a Rogue subset, but we are all members of Rogue.
So we try to
Okay.
support.
We try to support each other.
Oh, sure. Well, that's good. That's good. And
Yeah, Katie lets me play with with Rosie Jack, but in this case, I had to actually sit in on the actual theatrical side of things for Rogue.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
right.
But I'm having a blast with the murder mystery.
Right. Well, good. You know, and you did do a show with the Fowl Players last season, which you did very, very well. Very, very well.
It was an absolute great time.
That was a
The
blast.
Western Scenic Maryland Railroad. That's a hoot.
That's a hoot. That's a hoot. And a little bit different than being on a stage. You're right in the middle of waiters and people coming back and forth and everything. And but you know, I
Beats of both mental and physical dexterity, that's for sure.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I think for every mile you walk on that train, you walk one sideways too, just trying to keep your balance and everything, you know. But you know, the thing is I've always liked about Rogue is that you've always got something different up your sleeve. You know, no two shows are ever the same, and you've got very versatile talents. I mean, I've seen you do a British rock show. There was an 80s show, I believe. There was the Silver Scream, the murder mystery, which we collaborated on, and you know, the offshoot or the, you know, separate but equal thing, Rosie Jack, all kinds of, and then the variety of different things in the shows. I mean, didn't I see one of you hanging from a hoop or something?
Me,
Lily.
That would be Lily.
I was watching that. I was like, my God, I hope this ends well. You know, I mean, I bet you were too.
You know, originally, I mean, the main backbone of Rogue is really a vaudevillian style theater. And we very much try, apart from the concerts that we do at Van Diver, which are awesome, but our main goal and our passion is the vaudeville. And it's sort of a concept of what would vaudeville look like today. And so we do try to put our own spin by bringing that style of performances, which is why we have a belly dancer, we have a tattooed man, we have someone that's hanging from the lyra, we have a knife thrower, we have the barber shop, we have all these different components of that original tradition of, you know, the original American theater, which was vaudeville. And so that is really our love. So that's the next big show that we start working on, is our 10th anniversary vaudeville, which is going to be insane because it is a lot of dances, a lot of music, and the company is very, very excited to bring it to you.
Well,
and especially, it's going to be especially cool for people who've followed Rogue across the years, because there's going to be a lot of nods to things that we've done in the past, but I've already seen some sampling of what the two ladies of Rogue here have already set up. And people should definitely be looking to get in and get early on those tickets, because I don't think they're going to last.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, the way you guys sell tickets, I mean, good grief, you blink and it's gone. You know, it's like, I mean, it's like you blink and, hey, you know, amen. You know, amen to you there. You know, that's great. You know, that you've got, you know, tickets flying off the shelf as soon as, you know, you announce something's going on. And I really like that. I mean, and one thing, and I think I've probably mentioned this to you before, I really like how you're preserving, you know, a traditional art form, you know, that the vaudeville, you know, with the older kind of acts, you know, I mean, what would it look like today? Honestly, I don't know what I don't think I want to see what it would look like today based on the but I mean, if you look around, you see what's on television, you hear these comedians nowadays, and they're horrible. I mean, and what you guys bring to the table, I mean, you've got, and how many people are in the company? Like 25, 30 or something like that?
We fluctuate around 30 between our band and our and vocalists. I think we fluctuate between 25 and 30 roughly.
And something that has become a standard to us and that will still be a standard to us even moving into our fall show, which is an actual writed show. It's a pre-written show, is always having the band on stage with us. Our band they are not accompanists. They are not the pit band. They are part of the core of the company. They are integrated into skits. Some of them are running out and dancing. Some of them are singing. My husband is back and forth between piano, accordion, singing,
stand-up bass.
He is like everywhere. And that is a lot of our performers are that way. And it would not be Rogue without the relationship of the band being right on stage interacting with us. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And I mean, I just think you had mentioned it with, the nearly, roughly ballpark number 30 people with all the imagination and the collaboration I see within the group and everything. I mean, it's always something good that comes out of it, that's a lot of good imagination there. And I mean, it shows in the performances that you put on the shows that, you can really see that it just wasn't something that you'd fly by nighted together. I mean, these things are well prepared, and well done.
Thank you.
One of the coolest things as a member of the actual troupe on this side, despite my connections to the board on the outside of this, one of the neatest things is being a member of this troupe is watching what happens when the two of them disappear to New York for a weekend and then lay out post-it notes and index cards that detail what our destiny is for the next 3 to 4 months. It is an unparalleled joy, right, to see what they're able to come up with in that format. It's not just what they do, it's how they do it. We get to see this inner working of these two minds, which have brought so much creativity, love, and passion for what we've been able to bring to our audiences. But the means by which they get there, it is so peculiar and so singularly us.
Yeah.
That I'd love for one day, and I'm hoping that we would actually consider occasionally sharing one of those lists of post-it notes, just as the audience could actually see what the inside of the minds of these two geniuses actually looks like. It's a cool concept, and there's flavors of the cut-up method that definitely get thrown into the mix there for those that are familiar with that, and those of us old heads who are a little familiar with the Beat Generation. But it's magic, and maybe a little bit of science in the middle of all of that too. We got some both I think a perfect balance of creativity and clinicism on both sides of the creative core.
Thank you.
So,
well, one thing that we're really excited about with this being the 10th anniversary is that during the social distance, during COVID, we worked very hard to maintain a social distance video series so that people had things to do when we were all in such isolation. And it was a very intense, labor-intensive, out-of-the-box thinking process in order to have all of the band passing the music around, layering their stuff on top, and then us trying to do videos, me trying to teach choreography over videos.
Or outside, spread
apart on my yard. And so I'm very, very, very proud of that series. I think that probably it's the thing that I am most proud that we've ever done, because that was such a surreal time period. I never thought I would go through something like that in my life, sitting, all of us having to have conversations across a yard was just horrific. It was just a nightmare. And I feel like this core company worked so very hard to keep our camaraderie up, to keep our spirits up, to keep ourselves focused, and to give to the community. And I think it's the greatest gift that we have given to the community was the social distancing series. I'm extremely, extremely proud of it. And so because of that, we've decided to open the 10th anniversary. The 30 minutes pretty much before the curtains open will be a large portion of that social distanced video series so that people can see them. And I'm really proud of that. I'm excited. Yeah.
And for folks who don't want to wait, that series is still available for use and review on YouTube.
Yep, we do have a YouTube channel.
We have a YouTube
We're
channel.
spiffy that way. But I think overall 2024 going into our 10-year, what's so exciting about it to me is that so many of our members are from year one, and so many are new, as in over the past couple of shows. Some we've gotten post-COVID, and it's very exciting that they are all as excited about it as we are, because I think our goal was for them to be able to grow and have a voice in a consistent company together. So that way everyone can feel really comfortable as artists to sort of throw out ideas and pursue things that they may not have been able to pursue otherwise. And so when we look at our lineup this year, and I don't think Katie and I did this intentionally, but I'll say we did. We have hit every aspect of what we do this year. With the murder mystery, we're doing a very much sort of stage show style thing, but we're incorporating the concert into it as well, with Rosie Jack coming in. But then we have our dinner in May at Vandiver, and there we'll be doing a preview. So we'll be hitting that concert style again. Then we'll have our vaudeville in June. We'll finish up with a straight play in fall. So we're really
a musical.
Yes,
a
righted musical. Something we had to buy rights to, which is not something we do often, but that was what it is. And so that really encompasses everything we do, and everyone gets a moment to truly, hopefully, shine throughout this year, which I think is perfect for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. It's a milestone, definitely,
Yeah.
It's definitely a milestone. So, wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more on what the Rosie Jack. We know it's a musical act. What kind of and I've seen the pictures, I've seen the clothing, and so what can people expect when people come to see that?
So Rosie Jack is a collaboration of 4 instruments: piano, stand-up bass, drums, and saxophone, and all rogue band folk. And me, James, and my son Jesse, who's also in Rogue. It's jazz, it's blues, and it's also taking popular songs and turning it into that jazz and blues feel.
Okay.
It's swanky and it's sexy.
It's got a nice sultry Torch vibe to it.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, so
we turn it on its head from time to time, and I think we've caught audiences unawares, but in a very positive light.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean,
some things out of the vault.
Right. I do remember seeing it advertised that you had a show, and it was New Year's Eve, at least that one, and then at least another couple more I thought I've seen advertised.
Yeah, we've had 3 shows there at the Vandiver.
Okay,
all of which sold out, which was awesome.
Hey.
And then we have a March show coming up for Bang Tales, which is actually at McGregor's, and it is a pop-up speakeasy. So you have to have a password to get into it. You're going to be met in the middle of the town and be escorted in the back way. So it's not a full dinner. It's literally a speakeasy.
Oh, okay. Wow. Interesting.
So those tickets are on sale now.
You need to have there. I'll tell you this offline. Just an idea I had. We don't want to ruin it for everybody listening. You don't want to give it away. Because that way people show up and be like, "Yeah, I know." Yeah,
but we do have to fit in the speakeasy, or we do fit in Rosie Jack in between Rogue stuff. We pretty much make Rogue, and then Rosie Jack, because all of us are on the board of Rogue, and so we have those years planned in advance. Like Lily and I, as production, already have 2025 pretty much planned out. So every time I schedule anything for Rosie Jack, it's knowing that, because we need them to collaborate, we need them to play off of each other and to support each other, not be in competition with each other, because they're very
right. I know. Well, yeah, that makes sense. So we've got that coming up here. You've got your speakeasy coming up. Did you want to, you were talking about, something going on in the fall. Were you ready to reveal that yet?
I mean, we've revealed it.
Yeah, we've already revealed it.
Okay.
So in the fall, we've received the rights to do the show Sweeney Todd, which we will be doing at the Star Theater in Havre de Grace in the fall.
That's right.
Rehearsals
You did,
yeah. Rehearsals will start in probably mid-July, beginning of August.
Okay.
We are going to be reaching out, looking for band members, because it is a very large orchestration.
Yeah, ideally we would love to find another local orchestra group that would be interested in collaborating with us, because again, that's something that we really
do
into
from
as a
community.
company, is having those collaborations, because it's a 22-piece orchestra.
And we do have many members of our band that can fit into that orchestra, but not all of them do we have. And so it would be amazing for us, and our goal is to reach out and find another musical group, whether it's quartet, orchestra, whatever that is, to integrate into us, because it's always so good to collaborate and you learn so much from each other.
You really do. You really do. So anybody listening out there, if this is interesting to you, or you're interested in this type of endeavor, let us know.
I do think it's also important to note that even from the business perspective of the nonprofit organization that stands behind Rogue Swan, which is Rogue Swan Theater Company Incorporated, that model of finding another partner type organization that's willing to collaborate really helps us move towards our mission of bolstering the arts in this community. So that's something that all of us here and every member of the board, and I believe every member of the troupe, stand in 100% support of, is trying to find other institutions that we can work with, both collaboratively, that we can play off of.
Yep.
Yeah, it always makes an interesting show when you do that, for sure.
Oh yeah.
And it's just not done often enough. We don't see enough of that. Those types of collaborative activities, I'd hate to see them go by the wayside entirely. There's a competitive spirit that I think should exist between performing groups, but you should never eclipse the spirit of cooperation.
No,
really
absolutely
amazing
not.
things can be brought to the table by a cooperative influence. So.
It sure can. Yeah. I mean, just imagine it's like putting two great minds together.
Well, we see what happens when we get these two great minds together.
Oh yeah.
I can only imagine what they could do with other people.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, most definitely.
It's been excellent working with you, Mike, on the murder mystery. I'm so grateful that you were willing to collaborate on that. Since it was my first go round, it's been absolutely just excellent
awesome
being able to partner in that way.
Well, let's not make it our last,
Yeah, I think it's been really, really cool to see some of our crew really playing the improv hand, because I know it's a test for some of them, but they're all acing it.
Yeah.
They're all having a blast with it. And I think it's a true testament of their performance chops to see what to do when they've got less.
Right. And and each character, and I mean, by the time we're hearing this, the show's going to be over with, and it kind of in the rear view mirror. But we'll just talk about as we speak now, and then those of you who missed it,
Perfect.
Yeah, that means get tickets for the next one. Okay.
Yes.
The thing that I really like about it is that, and I'm not sure exactly how many of you had done this before, but the things that I'm seeing coming in, Will contributed.
Will Conway.
I mean, he's been phenomenal, and my wife has really enjoyed playing opposite him. The two of them complement each other really well. The two of them are putting their heads together. And he comes in with a list of 1920s slang sayings, and he's used half the list, I know, in his dialogue. The one young lady, Marion, has she has been a phenomenal movie executive. I mean, she is the proverbial movie, schmoozing. Hey, baby, you're looking great. Hey, I love you. Who loves you, baby? Huh? Here, let's see.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Let's see them pearly whites there, honey. Huh? She has
complimentarily condescending.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
Well, what's so interesting, Mike, is that like we have in the vaudevilles, we always write them. Lily writes them very loosely, and basically you're told, you know what, this is what we need you to pass. This is the information that has to get there. Figure out how your character would get it there.
Right. Right.
From the very first vaudeville, there has been levels of improv, and quite frankly, a couple of the original people that we had were not comfortable with the improv aspect of things. That's where we actually had to, they went on to do shows in community theater, and we had to fill those areas in with new performers because they weren't necessarily into doing the improv. So improv has always been, to a certain extent, part of Rogue. Now you have taken it, collaborating with Lily, and pushed it forward. So that makes me very excited about June, because we have those. But I'll tell you, Will, when he first came to us, he came to us not as an actor, not as a dancer. He came to us with his viola from the Susquehanna Symphony Orchestra. And he came in to play in our Celtic show. And the first night he came in, I looked at Lily and I said, this little boy is never going to make it in this company. He is too rigid, and he is totally tied to his music. He is never going to be like, because I'm like, just feel it. He is never. But let me tell you, Will Conway has made me rethink my words, because he has danced for me, he has sung for me, he has performed Flash Gordon for me, he acted, he has truly embraced every single thing in this company. He is the unsung hero of this company to me. Like, he has done everything we have asked him, and he says, yes, Katie, what else can I do?
He is a creature made of pure, unadulterated heart.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I mean, he just jumped in the deep end and started swimming with this as soon as we started, really, and was just full of great ideas, and has really brought a lot to the table for it. April, holy wow. Yeah. That was And I didn't realize she was your stepmom. I think I remember our first meeting. I said, I was thinking maybe that, that belly dance lady you have, and you're like, oh, that's my stepmom. And I'm like,
she's my sister-in-law.
She has like what she's been doing when she's like getting like real. She's got that like.
She's got the look. I know. Well, she's been acting for, oh my goodness, for
as long as I've known her, which is pushing 30 years.
30 years. So April, I was never concerned with, because April is more comfortable, I feel like, when she's in performance mode than when she's out of it.
I mean, April and I have been dancing together since before we had children, and my oldest son is 25. And April and I were dancing together before that. So April and I have been performing, well, I can't even believe it, well over half of our lives. Together.
It's been like I said, I mean, it's everybody too, has really brought a lot to the table, but I mean, she's just done an amazing job with her playing that part. I thought she would be really good for that, not only look wise, but the fortune teller with the belly dancing, that kind of goes hand in hand almost, that kind of, and some of the costumes I've seen her wear
mystical
and
look.
everything. Yeah.
She was definitely the easiest to cast
our Reverend,
Alex.
Yep. He, I'm not sure what his background is with Rogue, but he really plays that.
Walked in with Miriam one day, and he was her boyfriend, and I put him to work. That's
Okay.
literally
pretty much how that happens.
Yeah.
That's how he became. Now he is a singer, a dancer, and a guitar player for us because he walked in with his girlfriend one day.
Right, right. And our Ariana, the cigarette girl, brash little thing, you know.
Yes, perfect. I will say, so fun is every rehearsal, someone different is the funniest to me. So last rehearsal we had, Alex was the funniest. He hit the line perfectly, and but the time before that, it was Marion because she sounded like Bernie Sanders for a moment. And it's like, every time though, it's another one of our troop members.
It's cool.
Because they're all having such, now that they're getting comfortable with it,
they're having fun.
They're all having such a good time that you can see that happening through the performances. Like
fun is contagious.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And of course, our I guess we can say I guess we could possibly give it away at this point now, since the show is over. Or, well, it's not over now, but it will be over by the time this airs. Our killer.
Yes. Our murderer.
Dr. Laura Stone
gets to murder James.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes, our Egyptian, you know, with my you know, cornball sight gags, you know, she did a good job with those. And I think like I said, it was a quality ensemble of people, you know, and I think it's only, you know, if we do it again, it's only going to get better, you know, once we get used to this kind of performing and you know, just thinking on your feet, you know. And the thing is too is that, you know, when you're doing this, you know, working amongst the tables, you're not on a stage where there's that big gap of separation, you know, between you and the audience. The audience is right there, and you know, people can and do say all kinds of stuff to you, you know. You know, if you can break that fourth wall and come right back at them sometimes. And that's, you know, as the cop, that's primarily what I end up doing, because people are grilling me and all over me all the time doing these. And it just takes a little bit of getting used to, but you can really have some fun with it, you know. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity to work with you all on this year. I was really honored that you had asked me to come and be a part of something that you're doing. I was honored to put it together and, you know, give you the story. And it was, you know, absolutely wonderful to work, you know, with Lily. And, you know, she developed the dialogue. I came up with the main story, but we were tweaking it every day as we went along. You know, we were sitting down, we were having powwows after rehearsal, you know, just, you know, quick powwows, conferences, tweaks, working with people, giving everybody notes. And it just got better and better. And everybody there is very professional.
Well, Mike, you have been such an ardent supporter of a lot of what we've tried to bring to the table across the seasons. And we can't thank you enough for what you've done for us on the other side of that too.
Well, sure. You know,
it is very much a two-way relationship. It's not that. I think that's actually one of the things that really makes it work.
Sure. Well, you know, like I said, you know, I put this, you know, podcast together because there is a culture here in the Mid-Atlantic region, you know, a good culture of great entertainers. And it's not just the ones that, you know, there were, you know, a few people have left this area, you know, Ed Norton, you know, John, you know, become big stars and everything. But the thing is, there's a lot of people around here who aren't household names, but put on a damn show, a damn good show day in and day out, work hard at it, are confident in their art, and you're not going to go wrong seeing them. And I like to kind of feature that on the show here, make people aware of it. You know, if it helps you boost tickets sales or make awareness and everything, I'm always glad to do that. You know. So yeah, it's been a blast working in partnership with you all too, you know, and I've always had a good time at your shows, you know.
Thank you.
I'm glad to hear it.
You know, so I guess what we can do is we had mentioned everything that you got coming up and everything here too. For more information on these things, do you have the details and everything posted for your events coming up through the rest of the year? Did you want to mention a website where you can find all this stuff out?
Yeah, so rogueswantheater.com.
Okay.
I can send you a link to that if we can.
Okay.
That has all of our events, but I will say we're really active. We have our own little PR/marketing committee, and they're really, really great at sharing on our social media. So if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, we even have TikTok, which I am grateful that
Marianne does it
for us.
Because none of the rest of us can make it go.
None of the rest of us can figure it out.
I just make people dance. That's all I do. I sing and I make people dance, and Marianne makes the TikTok.
So if you're a social media person, if you're a website person, if you're an email person and go on our website, you can sign up for our newsletter. So really, whatever your preference is, we have a way to keep you informed. So any are great.
And just to make it clear too, is it theater with an ER or theater with an RE?
RE.
RE, theater. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that makes a difference, because I've worked with some people do it either way. And the thing is, I've worked with some other groups where they say, "Well, I can't find your website. Is your website down?" Well, try the RE versus the ER, and so I just wanted to make sure we clarified that for our listeners. And you have your YouTube channel.
Yes.
And is there a specific handle for that, or is it just Rogue Swan Theater on YouTube?
Same thing, Rogue Swan, and you'll see the Black Swan logo pop up with the red beak. That's on all of our stuff. And then the full website address is rogueswantheaterco.com.
Okay, okay, good. Gotcha.
And all the links to our social media are there as well.
Okay, great. Well, folks, we've had Rogue Swan Theater with us tonight here. Always a pleasure. They're great to watch. They're great to listen to here. Always putting on a good show. Always very creative. Always very inspiring for me to go see, because they inspire me to get my creative juices going and make good things as well here. So thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you catch them. Get out there and go to their website, find their shows, buy some tickets, and get in there and see them. Rogue Swan Theater. So thanks again for joining us, guys.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Have a great week.
And we'll see you all next time. Thank you all for listening. And folks, again, thanks for tuning in today. And for our episode with Rogue Swan Theater, always up to something great they are. They have returned for the third time to talk about some upcoming shows, their fundraiser dinner in May at the Van Diver, 10th anniversary vaudeville in June. Their website and links to their YouTube and social media and everything are in the show notes. So make sure you check it out. Lots of great, very interesting stuff. The Fowl Players of Perryville, our website, fowlplayersofperryville.com, fowlplayersperryville@yahoo.com, 443-600-0446 if you're interested in bookings. Come check out a show. We have shows on Western Maryland Scenic Railroad, Maryland Party Boat coming up, Fifth Company Brewing, and others. Our main website has ticket and location and all the other information you need to know about the show. Go check it out there. And remember to tune in and hear me every Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. The Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show on 97underground.com. We feature songs you forgot you liked, classics that never die, interviews with up-and-coming and classic beloved bands. Go to 97underground.com and download the free app today and listen to us wherever you go. We thank you for watching and listening, and make sure you stick around. We've got lots of great interviews coming up for this season, and we appreciate your support. Make sure, remember, foulplayersradio.com, youtube.com/@foulplayersradio. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button and tell a friend and support our guests in their endeavors. Folks, we'll see you all next time. This is Michael Spedden signing off.